Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Swans News. I haven't done this in a while as there's not been much rumours or talk about the Swans, but the last couple of days there's been some interesting rumours and stories from several sources linking some people to the Swansea City manager role, some players leaving, and still nothing about players being bought, to be fair. So in this video I'm going to speak about the top 5 favourites of the Swans to get the Swans job and an update on the Daniel James situation. Coming in a joint fourth for the Swans boss from the Buckies is Michael Appleton, who is 12 to 1. This rumour has been floating around the last couple of days. Obviously, he used to coach Oxford. He did out well at Oxford, gone to League One, I believe. He beat us in the FA Cup when he was at Oxford 3-2 in a few years back now, which was an awful defeat for us, which saw the end of Jonjo Shelvey. He also beat us when he was at caretaker manager role at Leicester when Craig Shakespeare got sacked. Appleton beat us when he was in charge for like one game, I think. They beat us 2-1. So he's got a good record against us. He plays counter-attacking football, I believe, but he did bad at Blackburn. And Blackburn are a similar type of club to us right now. Financial situation, stuck in the Championship. So if the Swans bosses look at that, they might not be too keen on him, but at the end of the day, he's one of the top 5 favourites. Would I like him? He's probably one of the better names on the list, I'd like to say, but I don't really think he's a manager. I think he's a coach like Clement. I don't think it'll really work out. I think he's more suited to an assistant role, but if we get him, we can't complain. We just got to back him. So at joint fourth is Michael Appleton. The other manager, under 23's manager, who also linked to the job, who's on the same odds as Michael Appleton, is Cameron Toshak. We all know who Cameron Toshak is. He's an under 23 coach of the Swans. He's got them sacked this season with Gary Richards, but in all fairness, most of the players who have grown in potential have moved up to the first team. So it's been kind of hard for him this season because we've been nicking players here and there, so he's had to get the under 18s in and stuff like that. So it's been a hard time for Cameron Toshak this season, but when I've gone to see him, they play decent football, but they do need to work on their defensive abilities. But the thing is with Cameron Toshak, he'll know our players because most of the first team players are now came up from the academy, like McBurney, Connor Roberts, Dan James, players like that, Joe Rodon. So you'll know them inside out. You'll know how they want to play. You'll know the Swansea style. Obviously, his father used to coach us. But I don't think he's ready. I think he should stay in the 23s. I know he wouldn't want to stay here for his whole career, but I just don't think he's ready for Championship football, and I don't think it'll be that good of an appointment. He doesn't have that many links to sign players, so I don't really think this one would work out. In at number 3 now on the manager bets is Mike Flynn from Newport. He's obviously got Newport to a playoff final, and they sadly lost. I suppose Newport, obviously, because they're Welsh and they hate Cardiff, so there we are. Yeah, they lost 1-0 to Tranmere, and I'll be speaking about the Tranmere boss later on. But Mike Flynn, he's done an incredible job over Newport the last couple of years. He's had a couple of good FA Cup runs, got them into the 5th round, I think, this season. I think it was the 5th round, where they lost to Man City. So they've had a good spell. They were doing poor in the league until like November, where they switched and they had a couple of games in hand, and they got playoffs after drawing to Colchester, I think, something like that. And then they beat Mansfield over 2 legs, which was obviously great for them, as Mansfield nearly got promoted on the day. I mean, like, on the last day of all the games. So he's done a great job, Michael Flynn. Is he ready for Championship football? That's the question. In football, you've got to take some gambles. And do we really want to take a gamble of Mike Flynn? I don't think he'll be coming anyway, because I think he's still got a job to do at Newport, but I just don't think he's ready. League 2 to Championship is a big gap, and has he got the managerial capabilities of managing a big club like Swansea? No disrespect to Newport, but we are a much bigger club, as we've been in the Premier last couple of years, won a cups, but it'll be a big jump from Newport to Swansea. It'll be interesting to see if the Swans bosses decide if he can come to the Swans. So Mike Flynn is 5 to 1. Betting now is Gus Poyet. We always get linked with Gus Poyet. Every time we set a manager, Gus Poyet's on the list. I don't think this one's going to happen, in all fairness, but I did see Alan Nixon, if anyone follows him on Twitter. He's like the Sun's Scottish reporter, sometimes reliable. And he said, someone said, "Oh, are we in for any managers?" And he said, Good foreign, speaks good English. I think Gus Poyet fits that category, to be honest. He does some punditry on Sky and BBC, so he's obviously got good English if he can go on there and speak fine. He's obviously managed Brighton in the past. I think he's managed Sunderland, but Gus Poyet, he's just lost the plot a bit. To be fair, when he got sacked at Brighton, he just lost the plot. He went mental. He was on about the owner wanted to kill him, something like that. So he's not one of them managers who can keep a cool head. He'll probably get a few red cards because obviously manager gets sent off now. I don't think he's the man for us. I just don't think he'll fit the Swansea style. I just don't think he'll be able to coach these young players, especially with Gus Poyet's attitude and behaviour. That will not be well on the young players. So Gus Poyet second with 3-1. And the third favourite for the Swans boss is Micky Mellon, who is Tranmere Rovers boss. He's had 2 consecutive promotions now with Tranmere, which is incredible. We played Tranmere a few years back in the FA Cups. We won 6-2. Yeah, it's a nice little ground, to be honest. And they're in League One now. So congratulations to them. But Micky Mellon, 4-7. That's really good odds to become someone, to become news boss. That means the Buckies are really favouring him. They'll probably soon be cancelling betting. But Micky Mellon, is he ready? He's had 2 promotions. Andy Robinson, if everyone knows who Andy Robinson is, used to play for the Swans. Great player. He's been saying he'd fit the Swansea style. He can coach young players. He's good, works good in tight money environment. So he fits the right boxes, according to some people. But I haven't really seen enough of it their football to comment. I think he's had like 5 out of 10 promotions in his career, which is incredible for any manager at any level. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes. It probably is going to be Micky Mellon, not my first choice in all honesty, but we've got to back him now. If he's the man, or if any of them 5 or any others who I haven't mentioned are coming to the Swans, we have got to back him. It's going to be another tough season this season now. There's some big games. Cardiff, we've got to show up for them games. Bristol, we've got to show up for them games. We're going to have games which we are losing against lower teams in the division, where we got to stick by the players and get them over the line. It's going to be games where we're comfortably, and then the opposition get a goal back. We got to stick with the team, stick with the manager to keep them over the line. So I think the fans have got a big role to play this season, and so does the players, manager, everyone in the club. It's going to be an hard season, so we just need to get this manager over the line to stop any stupid stuff going on. We just get a manager and get the players he wants out, get the players he wants in, and let's go from there. So hopefully Micky Mellon, if he is to become Swans boss shortly, but it is most likely to be Micky Mellon. Going off the manager situation, going on to a player now, Daniel James. Unfortunately, his father passed away a few days ago, so condolences to Daniel James and his family. Obviously, that's something you never want in football. It's just something past football which you've got to say sorry and send your condolences. It's horrible losing someone like that. And hopefully his head's in it for Wales next month, and if it's not, no one will blame Dan. Yeah, but going on to the transfer rumours, Daniel James is set to be announced as a Manchester United player in mid-June. Some sources reporting to be announced earlier, but his father sadly passed away, like I said earlier. Yeah, so about this, I like Dan, but I think he's going to run his career going to Man United. He's too young going there. He needs to work on his end product. His end product's not even that good yet, and we're in the Championship. So if his end product's not that good in the Championship, he's going to get crucified in Manchester, because Man United need success now. They know they're looking to build on the future, but is he really going to start ahead of Martial? I know Sanchez is rubbish at the minute, but Sanchez, I don't think he's going to start. He'd be likely to get on the bench, maybe. But I don't understand why he's gone to Manchester United. Is it for the money? Is it because of Ryan Giggs? But I really don't understand. You're young. You've got your whole career ahead of you. Why didn't you just get some games in the Championship, get your physical attributes up, work on your end product, and then move next season? I think it's the wrong move for Dan, but as we've seen before, players such as Scott Sinclair, Wilfred Bony have gone, and it's ruined their career. Well, yeah, because Sinclair's up in Celtic now, and who really cares about Scotland? So I really think it's a bad move for Dan James, but there we are. So thanks for watching this video of the Swans news. Hopefully I've informed you a bit of the manager situation, Dan James. Thanks for 400 subscribers as well. That's really good. I'm really chuffed with that. So hopefully there'll be some more news very shortly. And thanks for watching the last video, which was something new. Went down quite well, so thanks for that. So if you enjoyed watching, can you leave a like, comment, subscribe, leave your thoughts on who would you want the 5 managers I've announced, Punky's favourites, and what do you think of the Dan James set to leave in mid-June. So see you later, guys. Thanks for watching.